Hey, what's up guys? So we're going to be taking a look at the rest of the Dragon Maids, which I'm really excited about, and in fact, there's going to be all of them for this wave that we're getting here. So let's go ahead and check them out, and we're going to be starting off with Dragon Maid Nasari here. She is a level 2 Earth Dragon effect monster with 500 attack and 1600 defense points, and her effect is you can only use each effect amongst the first and second effects of this card's name only once per turn. The first effect is if this card is normal or special, you get to target one level 4 or lower Dragon Maid monster in your graveyard and special summon it. The second effect is at the start of the battle phase, you can return this card to hand, and if you do, special one level 7 Dragon Maid monster from your hand or graveyard. Okay, and that is Nasari. The next up card that we're going to be looking at is Dragon Maid Erd, and this is going to be like kind of like the boss version, I guess, or the dragon variant of the Maid, and it's 2600 attack, 1600 defense points. It's a level 7 Earth dragon monster, and it says you can only use each effect amongst the first and third effects of this card's name only once per turn. The first effect is a quick effect that you can discard it to special summon one level 4 or lower Dragon Maid monster from your hand. The second effect is while you control a fusion monster, it can't be destroyed by card effects. The third effect is at the end of the battle phase, you can return this card to the hand. If you do, special one level 2 Dragon Maid monster from your hand. Okay, so this is more maybe specific to going back into this one, but I guess the previous card that we did go over, like the previous Dragon Maid and the boss, it kind of has a very similar effect. Next up, though, we have Laundry over here. This is going to cover, I guess, all of them. But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to cover all of them, even though, like, I think we had, like, 3 that were announced that I've shown off in previous videos. But anyways, Dragon Maid Laundry is level 2 Water Dragon Effect Monster, 500 attack, 1600 defense points. It says you can use each effect amongst first and second effects with this card's name only once per turn. So if it's normal or special, you get to send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, and then at the start of the battle phase, you can put this card in your hand. If you do, special one level 7 Dragon Maid monster from your hand or graveyard. The stronger variant of it, or the dragon version of her, is the Dragon Maid Fluss. It's a level 7 Water Dragon effect monsters, 2600 attack, 1600 defense points. You can only use the effect amongst the first and third effects with this card's name only once per turn. So the first effect is you can discard this card, target a monster in the graveyard, and return that monster to the deck. The second effect is while you control a fusion monster, it cannot be destroyed by effects. The third effect is at the end of the battle phase, you can return this card to the hand if you do special one level 2 Dragon Maid monster from your hand. Okay, and this one is level 2. Okay, so I guess you can go into the other ones. It's interesting. And then next up we have the Dragon Maid Tilru, which is going to be this card over here. 500 attack, 1700 defense points. And Tilru is a level 3 Fire Dragon effect monster, so you can use each effect amongst the first and second effects with this card's name only once per turn. The first effect is if it's normal or special, you get to add one Dragon Maid monster from your deck to your hand, except for Tilru, then send one Dragon Maid monster from your hand to the graveyard. Oh, that's insane. So you get to add one, then send one. This is like so much better because the other ones would just send one. That's so good. And then at the start of the battle phase, you can turn this card to the hand, special one level 8 Dragon Maid. Okay, so this is going for a higher level. In fact, I thought they were all going to be level 7s. Anyways, next up, this is the dragon version of her. She's got 2700 attack and 1700 defense points. And Dragon Maid Flame, it's a fire monster, and it says you can only use each effect amongst the first and third effects with this card's name only once per turn. So the first effect is a quick effect. You can discard this card, target a Dragon Maid monster you control, and it gains 2000 attack until the end of the turn. And then the second effect is while you control a fusion monster, it can't be destroyed by card effects. At the end of the battle phase, you can return this card to the hand. If you do, special one level 3 Dragon Maid monster from your hand. Okay. And then the next card over here is the Dragon Maid Parla, which is the Wind Dragon Maid, and she's got 500 attack, 1700 defense points, and here's a zoomed up picture on her. And it says you can only use you can use each effect amongst the first and second effects with this card's name only once per turn. The first effect, if it's normal or special, you get to send one Dragon Maid card from your deck to the graveyard except for itself. And then the second effect is at the start of the battle phase, you can return this card to hand to special summon a level 8 Dragon Maid. Okay. And this is Luft, which is a level 8 Dragon Wind effect monster, 2700 attack, 1700 defense points. And And it says you can use each effect amongst the first and third effects with this card's name only once per turn. First effect is discard this card, target a face-up monster on the field for the rest of the turn. The target cannot activate its effects that activate on the field. Then the second effect is when control a fusion monster, can't be destroyed by card effects. And then at the end of the battle phase, you can turn this card in the hand, so summon a 3 Dragon Maid monster from your hand. Okay. And then the fusion here, because all of them kind of had that effect where you would kind of protect them if you had this card. So this is Dragon Maid Hosky, and she is a light with 3,000 attack, 2,000 defense points, and it is a level 9. Okay, interesting. Its fusion materials are 1 Dragon Maid monster plus 1 Dragon monster. It says once per turn, during the standby phase, you can target 1 other Dragon monster, or I'm sorry, Dragon Maid monster you control to special summon in defense position 1 Dragon Maid monster from your hand or graveyard, whose level is either 1 higher or 1 lower than that monster's. Okay. The second effect is when another face-up dragon monster you control is returned to the hand, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls and destroy that monster. And then next up we got some support for them. Hospitality over here, which is a spell card that says you can only activate a card with this card's name at once per turn. The effect is to special summon 1 Dragon Maid monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position, and then you can send to the graveyard 1 Dragon Maid monster from your deck with the same attribute but at different level. So it basically, oh, okay. So it basically sets you right up for that. And then next up we have the Dragon Maid Reception over here, which is going to be a continuous spell card. It says you can use the second effect with this card's name only once per turn. First effect is the monsters you control gain 100 attack and offense for each Dragon Maid monster you control. The second effect is if you control 2 or more Dragon Maid monsters, you can target 1 Dragon Maid card in your graveyard, except for Reception, add it to your hand. Wow, that's really good, especially since it's continuous. And then the third effect is if this card is sent to the graveyard for the rest of the turn, all Dragon Maid monsters you control will become unable to be targeted by your opponent's card effects. Okay. And then next up we have the Dragon Maid Changing. So it's a normal spell card that says you can use the second effect with this card's name only once per turn. The first effect is fusion summon 1 Dragon Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material. Oh, if it said graveyard, it would be so much better. But the second effect is if this card is in your graveyard, you target a Dragon Maid monster you control, add this card to your hand, and if you do, return that monster to the hand. Okay, so you can kind of help out with the other previous fusions, so you can start popping stuff a little bit easier, maybe with that. And then next up we have the Dragon Maid Relaxation. So it's a continuous trap card that says you can use the first effect with this card's name only once per turn. The first effect is you can target a Dragon Maid monster you control, then activate one of these effects. Return the targeted monster to the hand. If you do, add 1 Dragon Maid card from your deck to your hand, except for Dragon Maid Relaxation. The other effect is return the targeted monster to the hand. If you do, return 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls to the hand. Okay, so you have like little pluses here and there. Obviously this card is a trap, so it's really slow. This would have been really great if this was a spell. Obviously it's going to be much faster in the game. So here's my thoughts on Dragon Maids after seeing everything, and I'm curious to see how you guys feel about it down below. I might try to make a Lightsworn variant. At the moment, I don't know if you're going to just be able to slam 3 of every single copies and make a very, very strong deck. In fact, I was actually thinking this might be like another archetype where we can splash it into other things, but at the moment, I don't know if people really want to try to make a level 7 Exceed variant. And even going to the effects of the monsters, not all of them are quick effects. If all these effects, and I felt like if this would be so good if you could target, as a quick effect, you discard it, target 1 monster in the graveyard and just bounce it back to the deck. They would have a lot more utility, specifically going into the effect, or the other quick effect, this one over here, discard. This card is pretty good. It is surprising, since you can search it out, you can basically keep your monsters alive for a turn if you want to. This effect technically is optional, how they can like tag out and go for like the smaller one, but the only way you'd want to do that is if you have, let's say, like a fusion, because like the small monsters don't do too much unless it's when they're normal or special. And I guess if you haven't used that specific Dragon Maid, like, because some of them can go into the other ones, you can utilize the other effect of like sending another one, and then I guess you would leave that card on the board. Or I'm also thinking that like you would go ahead and try to main phase 2 after you let's say you get one effect of whatever the I'm going to call it the human form, I'm going to call it the dragon form. So you go one card into the dragon form, you do some extra battle damage, and then is that the start of the battle phase? Are they all at the start of the battle phase? Hold on, I gotta double check it. Yeah, it's all at the start of the battle phase. Yeah, they're all at the start of the battle phase. So yeah, you go for the bigger one, you do the damage, and then at the end of the battle phase, you swap into another card, and then you hopefully get their effect, and then maybe you can go ahead and go into the fusion, and then pass. I guess that's the option, or you can, if you happen to have like a stronger hand for extensions of combos, you can make Hosky, and then you maybe have another monster. You would have to have like the second effect of most of the cards, or it can't be destroyed by card effects, right? So the goal is, I guess, to go for Hosky and then make another bigger one, but usually that's something you'd have to set up for. I don't know how I feel about this archetype being like very strong, but I guess that's the goal of it. And then if you bounce back, you can do like, you know, little things here, specifically with this card. You get to go ahead and add one, and then you get to fusion for one. I really like this card where you get to return one, and then you get to add one. But again, I think that you need this card. You special summon one, and then this is the effect that you really need to have. And again, it might not just be fast enough to keep up in the game, but I don't know. I'm just trying to think, and I'll probably make a video going over them. So if you guys are new to the channel and you want to see some gameplay of the Dragon Maids, I'll be getting them for you guys very soon. But I don't know if it's going to be super high tier, or even splashable in other decks, because again, all the effects aren't really quick effects. But I'm curious to see how you guys feel about the Dragon Maids. But anyways, you guys can let me know down below in the comment section below. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel here, hit the subscribe button, and I'll get you guys gameplay of this newer archetype very soon. Or if you guys want to send me in replays of them. But yeah, I really was hoping that they'd be like super OP, but because I wanted to play them. But after seeing their effects, I'm just like, it's kind of meh. But the art is so good, man. It is so good. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and peace.